This is the flow measurement method apparatus. In this apparatus, we can compare different flow measuring devices. Uh, this apparatus contains a transparent Venturi meter and an orifice meter, and the third device is the rotameter. These three devices are being used to measure the flow rate. So we will determine the flow rate with these three devices and compare the accuracy of these three devices. So at the end of the pipe there is a flow control valve which regulates the flow of the pipe section. At the board there is a manometer tube connected with these pressure measuring points of Venturi meter and orifice meter. These manometer tubes will be used to determine the pressures across these Venturi and orifice meters. In case of flow meter, this is the direct reading flow meter. We can determine the flow rate by with the help of this float arrangement and with the help of this scale which is in LPM or GPM. So I have connected this flow measurement apparatus with this hydraulic bench. I have filled the hydraulic bench reservoir tank with water, as you can see. I have connected the hydraulic bench electrical supply with 220 volt, and I have connected the inlet pipe of the hydraulic bench with this quick fitting. The outlet pipe has been connected with this flexible hose and is returning to the volumetric tank of the hydraulic bench. So to operate the equipment, first of all we need to remove the air from all manometer tubes. To do this, with the help of this beaker, we will open this flow control valve and attach a pipe, and the other end will go into this beaker so that our excess water will be collected here. Then I will open this flow control valve fully, and I will close this hydraulic bench flow control valve. So I have closed the flow control valve. Now I will turn on the hydraulic bench, and then I will press this green button so that our pump will turn on. Now I will open this flow control valve such that the water starts to flow in these Venturi and orifice tubes, and these manometer tubes will be filled with water. So I will increase the flow rate. Our rotameter starts to show some reading round about 6 LPM. I will increase the flow rate such that all air has been expelled from the system. As you can see that all the air with water is collected into this beaker, so that's why we place this beaker. As you can see that the air has now been removed somewhat. Now after that, close this valve. So I will close this air release valve. Now as you can see, water starts to coming out because we have closed this valve. Now I will also close this valve, fully close this valve, I have closed this valve because rotameter is at 0, but our hydraulic bench pump is running. So I will also uh, close this valve. Now I will turn off the hydraulic bench, and now I will open this needle valve such that, and I will slowly open this valve a little bit. As you can see, air starts to coming out. As you can see that air starts to coming into the pipe because we have opened this valve. So when the air uh, has been filled in these manometers, the half filled, we will close this air release valve. So our all manometer tubes has been at the same level, and we have primed this equipment for the experiment, just like we did in the Bernoulli's theorem apparatus. So I will pour this water into the volumetric tank. Now I will turn on the bench, and our water level starts to increase because we have closed this flow control valve V1. So I will open this, and the water level will start to coming to its original position, and our flow meter starts to give some reading. I will fully open this valve. Now I will set the flow rate at about 5 lpm with the help of this hydraulic bench flow control valve. We have to give this some time so that the air has been removed, because we have turned off the hydraulic bench. So I have removed all the air, and we will set the flow rate to 5 lpm by closing the hydraulic bench flow control valve. So our rotameter shows 5 lpm reading, and our manometers are showing the pressure distribution across the venturi and orifice meter. These last 2 points are for orifice. This for orifice uh, before the orifice, and this is after the orifice. So this is giving us the correct reading, because after the orifice we have less pressure than before the orifice. So at the throat, we will measure the throat reading, which is at the number third. This is number third. So it is giving us the reading. As you can see, after that all the readings are increasing gradually, because after the throat there is a diffuser section. So you can measure the flow rates, you can measure the pressure in millimeter with the help of this manometer scale. Then you can measure this rotameter flow rate reading. After that you can increase this flow rate to say 9 lpm, and then again repeat the steps. Measure this manometer board reading, measure this rotameter flow reading, and repeat the steps, and increase the flow rate and repeat the steps. So this is basically the working of this flow measurement method. So this is the working of the flow measurement methods operators, how to operate and how to take readings of this equipment. With the help of these readings, these pressure losses and rotameter flow rate reading, we can find the flow rate of venturi meter, and we can also find the flow rate of the orifice meter. Then we can compare the rotameter flow rate with venturi and orifice flow rate readings.